There we go.
Yes.
Well, can I ask a quick question on that? Does that mean that you can do multiple entries and exits on the same trade? Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm new to Discord chats, and I'm like, "Where is the mute button?" Yeah, that was great, thank you.
Wait, Jake, hold up. There may be a problem with the YouTube stream. Someone in the chat said that there is no sound on it.
I'm watching it right now. I am listening. I'm listening to myself talk through the stream on YouTube right now. Oh, you're right.
It's the other one, Jake. It's Mike. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, so the first 30 minutes of the stream, you couldn't hear me. Sorry about that. Promise there was some good stuff. We'll probably go over it here in the next hour or two as we cover
Hey,
other
Will
questions.
should have been here on Tradelab with us on Discord then. Jeez. Thanks. So, come on Discord next time, guys.
There you go. All right, so we're just wrapping up sort of the updates here. I've been talking about this new bottom bar that we added, and so I wanted to take a look here actually and show you. So this is the test account that I use because my other one has just gotten so ridiculous that that it's hard to keep track of anything. So this is the new one that I've been testing stuff with, and you can see down here that we have a current trade and trade preview. So trade preview allows you to see what's going on and hopefully enter a new trade, right? So if you wanted to open a trade now, you can do that from this screen. So you don't have to go back to my strategies anymore and do that. You can do it right from this screen. And you can also see your take profit and stop loss lines in a visual way for the first time. This is, I would say, like beta. Like I'm playing with this. This is my first stab at it. There's obviously some issues. If the lines are too close to each other, they'll go through each other and stuff like that. So I'm working on ways of making that cleaner, and we're going to start seeing this visualization more. I do have a plan of adding it to this screen, sort of on the side right here, or something like that, so that you can sort of edit these and see what's going on all at the same time. You can also get to this screen by hitting this. So just another easy way to get to places. You can also flip the side so that you can see what's going on either way. And this tells you that we're going to do it at 4%, at 2%, 0.5%, and 0.8% for a stop line. Okay. I also brought back the highly requested reference price, estimated margin size, and estimated order price, or order size. So that does coincide with the amount that is selected over here in trade settings. And I do have the intention of setting up the possible profit and triggered loss like we used to have. Now, what we used to have actually runs off of this. So if I actually haven't tried this, but yeah, if I set these up over here, then we end up getting different numbers over here. And this is profit. If I do this, it's 3% over here. And so this one here is based on leverage. That's why it changes, if anybody's wondering. But basically, this is the same stuff that I used to have on the old builder. For anybody who's been around for a long time, we used to have this. However, it used to be connected to the take profit and stop loss over there. We've since upgraded and we now use lines. And so I just have to sort of combine all of that stuff. Combine all of the take profit lines and let you see, the possible profit in total. and then maybe give you a way to break down each line and that sort of stuff, right? So looking to do that. The current trade is similar, so you can open and close a trade here. We also changed this slightly. So right now it says 4%, but if I open a trade and let these lines place and come back into it later on, I'm actually not sure that this is going to update. I'm going to have to make it update every time we come into it. But we'll let this run and place. While this is placing, I'll point out that this says not placed yet for the lines, and it says 4%, because that's what we have it set at, is 4%. Okay, and then so if I jump out of here, yeah. Aww. And I think it's trying to place, I know what that is. Yeah, it placed it. So we'll come into here and take a look. Alright, so if we look at the current trade, we can now see that the take line is placed, the stop line didn't, which is actually a perfect example. And yeah, the stop line doesn't have a quantity to it, and so it's not placing correctly. But that's okay. You can see right here, we would hit 45%, but my amount is so small that it's not, 45% ends up being like 0. Right? And I believe this is an older strategy that doesn't have the other stuff turned on. Maybe it does. Yeah, it does have enforce. So it should try. I'll take a look at that and see if it should have placed or not. But at any rate, so that's how that works. And we can see that it went ahead and closed the trade, and we got a close notification. This, I just put this in a couple days ago. This is not updating, right? So this does not have any update loop on it. So even though we closed the trade, it still says closed trade now. It still says it's waiting to fill. So that's stuff that I'm going to be patching up, you know, as we go in the next couple days. And of course, we got trade history. Everyone is probably familiar with this. This will get a little bit more love, but I just thought I would throw this in here as well, so that you can see all of your trades and click on them from this screen. Alright, well, I think I've used most of my time. Real quick, for those wondering, for the roadmap and what's going on. So we'll run down that real quick. I am working with TD Ameritrade, and we do have a communication going on with them to get stock trading in. I am also looking at doing Alpaca. However, it's become an issue of, are we actually going to be a broker if we go through their broker program? For all intents and purposes, I'm understanding not, but we're still going through sort of the legal research and ramifications of that to make sure and understand. This company has always been a tool company. I'm somebody who can run a software company. I'm not going to run a financial broker. I'm not that type of person. So that's how we got to approach it. And if we can't do it that way, then we got to wait for TD Ameritrade. We can integrate with them. It should be fine. It just takes a while to get through all of the red tape, you know, because it is a regulated market and all of that sort of stuff. We're also looking at Tradelab.AI. That's been brought up a couple times. I am looking more at that. In addition, in the background, I am working on Tradelab, and it's coming along. I'm hoping to have something to show towards the end of this month. We'll see. Tradelab is what's going to bring us live data, so no more having to send everything through alerts. You can still send alerts, you can still use strategies from TradingView, but if you wanted to add an extra RSI to, you know, make a confluence, and you know, as your strategy buy signal comes in, just check RSI to make sure it's in the right spot, and if it's not, you can ignore it like a filter. right? And right now you would have to send an extra alert from TradingView for that RSI. And it would just, you'd just send another alert. We would remember that. You could save it in a variable, and then you could do that comparison. But having to send those alerts is annoying. So what we would like to do is just have the RSI on TradingView built in, and that's exactly what this is bringing. So that's going to be coming in the next month or two. I hope to have something to show here quickly, but it's going to be, a process to get this scaled and to get everybody happy. But it is going well. Progress is going well. I do have the back end up and the registration system going for all the registration of data. And we do have a plan for the servers and everything, so we're rolling on that. Okay, and then real quick, we have been looking at charts. I know that gets brought up a lot. I am looking at getting charts in there from TradingView and with a lot of the bells and whistles that you guys are used to. It will not run PineScript, will never be a place, Tradelab will never be a place where you can come in and write PineScript like that. To my knowledge, it's just not possible. But who knows, one day. But at any rate, that's where we're at with the big updates. And one big update. A lot of people are waiting for the CCXT update. I do have some progress and some updates to report on that. I have been working with a particular person who has been helping me with getting this sort of sorted out, and he's from CCXT, and we've sort of figured out where the problem is, but we're still trying to figure out how to solve the problem. So that's something that will hopefully be soon. Unfortunately, that's not something that I have a specific ETA on. It's one of those things that's like it's fixed when it's fixed. But it is at the top of my list every day, and I'm working on it. There's more than 4 or 5, I think 6 things now that are waiting on this upgrade. So if it's burning your butt, it's not just you, and it's not just your problem either. It's like other people with other problems also waiting, and trust me, I know. So I'm getting that going as soon as I can. All right, so that wraps up my 45-minute spiel. Sorry that the audio was bad for the first chunk of it. We probably will go over some of that information again as we go through the questions. So, how's everybody doing? Is everybody still awake?
Doing great, man. Hey,
right.
Jake, I just wanted to say that some of the stuff that you added is so awesome. I mean, I'm really loving the tabs at the bottom of the strategies window, especially sorting the logs and things like that. And there was a couple other modifications that you failed to point out on today's call that I wanted to bring attention to. Is that you added the column sorting to the active trades as well as the trade history. And those are really, really cool, especially you can, if you look at trade history and then you can sort by your P&L, and you can sort of see what strategies have been the most profitable for you.
Yep.
That's really cool for drilling down and figuring out where you should probably concentrate your time. Also, on the open positions screen tab up there, you've got the exchange name in there now, and these are all things that I requested. That's why I'm pointing them out. They've made my life so much easier, so I wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that point, I think there was a couple other small things from a while ago that I've never mentioned, like the ability to search on the global variables page. That was also a JT suggestion. And then the ability to, this is something that I haven't mentioned. So we have a couple cool things here. So on the strategy monitor page, we now have a button so that you can get into the strategy builder, right? So that's
yes.
nice. But another thing is, if you copy this URL at the top and you send it to a friend of yours and you have shared this strategy, you must share the strategy for this to work. If you share the strategy, this button for him he won't see this button obviously because he doesn't own it. But if it's shared for him, when you send this link, he'll be able to see it, and this button will say copy to my strategies. And then he can copy it. So no longer does he have to go into the community browser and try to search for it or anything like that. You can link it directly to him, right? So that's something else I wanted to point out. So yeah, thanks, JP. Awesome. So how's everybody else doing? Any other questions?
Actually, yeah, I got two quick questions. One is whether you have a go-to to scrape data from like the numbers from the markets. Because, for example, right now what we're using, because I'm currently working with Dataman here on the chat and Luca, and we're currently using, I think, a Chrome extension for Binance. But it's a bit limiting in terms of if we wanted to get large amounts of data, especially like smaller intervals, it's a bit of an issue. So I don't know if you have a better go-to for getting a large amounts of detailed data to then apply formulas to.
Yeah, so I have a couple things for that. That's a very good question. So the first thing that I have is the TA-lib that's coming up soon. So depending on what type of data that you're trying to get, we will be getting live data that will be, sort of fed in from Exchange updates. And those Exchange updates can come in the form of WebSockets now. And so right now, because of the way that an API works and because of how much data that goes through our system, and because I'm doing it on a per account basis at the moment, I'm only checking things every 3 seconds or so on certain things, and that's about as fast as I go. Whereas now I'm doing, I am checking like prices and stuff faster than that, right? But that we never run the rules fast enough for you to do anything with that faster data. That data is mainly for us, for to make sure that we do things properly with the price, right? But going forward with the TA lib, a couple new things are happening. So first of all, we'll have WebSockets coming in, which are updating stuff very fast, multiple times a second, and we're getting new data in. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting that data and processing it based on whatever TA function request that you did, RSI, ATR. If you just want the price, great, we'll grab it and throw it in. And so once we grab that, it'll be in a public board. So that's the nice thing, is we're not doing it for you and for your buddy and for 10 other people separately. We're doing it at one time on a separate server, and then we put it on a board, and everybody goes and grabs that, right? So that cuts down the processing. And then what we do from there is I'm able to, I'm working on allowing you to have what I call fast rules. So these are going to be limited rules. You can only have so many of them and all of that. But these are going to be rules that you can actually define how quickly you want them to update. Right now we have 15-second heartbeats. I'm looking at making that lower by default, maybe, we'll see. But these fast rules is what you really are going to want for the updating of data, right? You can run these rules, every 2 seconds, every 1 second maybe. I don't know that we're going to go any faster than that, right? We'll see. But it's just a question of how quickly do we need, and we're also going to have events like bar close. So hey, run this on bar close, and that's all I need to run it on, but maybe it's every 5 seconds because you're on the 5-second chart, To that point, I do want to say my official position on this tool and trading is that this is a retail trading app mainly used for trading 5-minute charts and above. I have plenty of people who are trading 1-minute charts, and they seem to like it and everything's fine. But I'm just saying the official thing is I'm not chasing the millisecond game here. Okay, we just don't have that ability at scale, right? But I do want to go quickly and have allow people to do what they need to do in all time frames. So that's what we're dealing with. Does that answer your question?
Yes, another part of the question though, because this pretty much covers the present and future type of calculations or strategy. But if we wanted to get large amounts of past data to be able to apply formulas to it and figure out things from previous cycles, do you have tools for that currently?
Is that are you asking like basically back testing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so so I do want to point out the way that you phrase that. We do have the ability to take past data and use that for confirmation, use it for statistics, use it for all sorts of stuff, and you can do that by saving a variable in your strategy. Okay, that's not exactly what you're asking, but the way that you phrased it, I did want to mention that we do deal with past data, more so than most other bots at all. But other bots do have backtesting. Though that backtesting isn't really used in the logic of the strategy, it's used to test. Ours is used in the logic of the strategy, but you can't really backtest with ours currently. That's not that type of system. I am adding a new backtesting system. It is going to come sometime next year. Backtesting is something that has been requested since I started this, and it has been something that I've been working towards since I started this. The problem is, in order to do backtesting, you have to have quite a few ducks in a row, and like one of those ducks right now is this TA-lib integration. I need the data flowing as I just described in order for me to really start backtesting and doing confirmations on a past data context. So that's what I do have that planned, but it is not here yet. I don't have any real great solution for how to backtest these types of things. A lot of people are just forward testing with small amounts. I'm open to any suggestions. Open to any APIs I could connect to or anything like that in the meantime. But that's where we're at.
The one thing I would say, if you are interested in backtesting, I don't know if this helps you, Jake, but it definitely answers your questions, Yuzu, is that I know Bitstamp, which is one of the earliest exchanges for crypto, has high-resolution data sampled once every minute from 2015. So if you want to backtest any data set, it doesn't give you the tooling that you're looking for, but if you need the data set itself, and maybe there's an API for that, Jake, I'm not sure, I know Bitstamp has that.
Cool, that's good information to know. Yeah, I don't have an API for that, but that's what I'm saying. If anybody, we just got a suggestion from Mark of what data to use. So if anybody knows what tool to use, that's community sourcing, right? So, but good question.
Awesome, thanks. And also I'm looking into Bitstamp. It looks like they do have an API, Trade Custom Writer Software. So hey, that may actually be a step forward. And cool, I'll look into it. And whoever finds more information about it first, we can post it in the general chat.
Yeah, I use the indexes to backtest Bitcoin and Ethereum, which draw data from all the exchanges since the beginning of the exchanges. So those are worth looking at too.
So how is there like a trick to it, or like every exchange has a log of everything?
Yeah, well, no. So every exchange is its own market, completely separate. Like how you do stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange, and everybody seems to do that all over the world. Well, they're all connected to that one exchange, but like Bybit is its own New York Stock Exchange, and Binance is separate, right? And that means that they're their own markets, which means if I put money over on Binance, it is not over on Bybit, and that's why you hear of guys like SBF got their fortune off of arbitrage, which is literally making sure that the prices are the same between all the exchanges. Nowadays, If you look at BTC on Bybit and Binance, the prices are almost identical all the time. And that's not because of some technical thing that's happening in the background to peg them. It's because people are saying, well, if one is cheaper, I'm going to buy it over here and then transfer that Bitcoin and sell it over here on this exchange. And if the price is big enough to cover the transfer fee and everything else, people make money. It's called arbitrage, right? And so I know a lot of people know that, but I just wanted to explain it. And so that's how markets work. They're all separate, right? They're all completely separate.
Yeah, everyone has their own order book with their own data.
The one index that draws data from all the exchanges, if you go on TradingView and type in Bitcoin US dollar index, for Bitcoin and I think for Ethereum, there are indexes that draw data from all the exchanges.
You're correct. Yeah, it's calculated by TradingView from all their connections.
Yeah. So that's
Thanks.
historical backtesting.
Awesome. Another thing I got asked about this week was how do I reorder my strategies? So if I have one strategy that is depending on another strategy through global variables. So if you didn't know, strategies can talk to each other. They can send messages and sort of collaborate with each other. And so what if I have one strategy that's listening for a variable in another strategy, and I need to make sure that this guy runs before this guy? Right, so in order to do that, you would come up to the top 3-dot menu on the My Strategies page, so the one at the top, and you would click on Edit Run Order, Edit Strategy Run Order. So in here, we can actually drag and drop each of our strategies and reorder them so that they run in any particular order. You'll also notice that I have 2 folders here. And you'll notice that the folders are right here, and I can actually drag a whole folder and order it. Everything in that folder gets ordered accordingly. And then if I wanted to order what's in the folder, I could come in here and do that as well. I think there's only one thing in this folder, but there's that. So.
Jake, what's a good user case for that?
For reordering.
I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was the one that requested it early on. What I do, Grant, is I'll set global variables. Basically what I do is I use Confluence to determine when I'm going to get in a trade. So I have multiple indicators sending separate alerts from TradingView that set global variables. So I'll like the RSI is crossing up, and the MACD is crossing up. So those would be 2 different ones, and I'd set a global variable for each of those, and those variables need to be set before I trigger my trade. So that's the ordering right there. You want to make sure that those rules run to set the global variables before you enter a trade.
Yeah, cool. Okay, all right. Yep.
And so here's just a real quick example of using global variables here. So I just showed you my global variable screen, and now we can see I'm actually using those to trigger a worker. And so I would have this strategy actually set these, and then I would have another strategy listen using, so here's my actions and here's my conditions, right? So I'm listening up here and I'm doing stuff right here, right? So I'm doing by setting these, and my other strategy would be listening for these, right? And unlike strategy variables, if I create a strategy variable in here, I could copy this strategy, make it 20 times, and every 20 of those would have their own version of this, number, right? I could put RSI right here, and they would have 20 different numbers, right? Versus having a global variable where there's only one variable and everybody sees the same thing. And so because everybody can see the same thing, they can talk to each other. You get it? And so that's how global variables work.
Hi, Jake. I wanted to say something. First of all, thank you for everything. Your system is actually pretty advanced of anything I've ever seen in algorithm, and I already told you that. But the only problem that I'm having is that I just don't know where to begin. I'm like, I just kind of like in a fix that where to start from. So it would be nice if there's a bunch of tutorials. I know there are some, but they're not in very much details at the moment. Other than the video that you made, which was on the trade IQ strategies. So that would be really cool if you can. It's just a suggestion for people like me that are trying to get the grasp. I know most of you are advanced traders, but I'm just learning the ropes. So
No, I'm in the same place. I'm not I'm not new to trading, but I'm new to writing Pine script and automating my trading, and there's some like gap in my logic figuring out how to set this up. I've watched all your videos twice. So I've got the same question, so thank you for asking that.
Yeah, yeah, and that is not an uncommon question, and it's something that we're working on. I'm working on. It's this. So I say this all the time. This is a more complicated tool to do more complicated things. I am adding simple layers on it, but it does take some learning. And for those willing to learn, I really appreciate you guys watching the videos and trying to learn. Now, watching that, if it doesn't teach you, then we're doing something wrong, right? And it's not that we're doing wrong, but there's just a lot to teach, right? And so with the videos, I am making more videos. In fact, starting this past week, I've shot a couple new ones, and I'm editing those. And I've started a new schedule in my own life where I'm going to be doing 2 days out of every week, doing videos and other, other help documentation. So the other thing that we have to keep in mind, and what's a challenge for me, is everybody learns differently. Everybody likes to consume educational content differently. Whereas I have had many people say, man, that Trader IQ was the best video. It went through everything, and it was like an hour and a half long, but that was the best one. And I don't mind sitting down and watching that. I just want all the information right there. But then I also just had 2 or 3 people this week, suggest, hey, can you make a short video series, 5 minutes max, 10 minutes max, going over, different features and different ways that you could set it up. And if you want to set up a strategy, could you break it into 3 parts so that I can have 3 5-minute videos to watch? And it's like you could just take the 15-minute video and split it up yourself, but that's how people like to do things. It's also the algorithm, right? And how, there's 2 different sets of audiences there. Some people like long videos, some people like short videos. So there's that. And then there's some people who don't like videos at all. It's like, why do I have to sit and watch you talk? Why can't I just read something, right? And so I'm trying to write more articles. I am trying to get a wiki page together with actual technical documentation, which isn't just like a story or an article written, but like naming out everything and giving descriptions to everything with pictures.
Jake, could you walk through my setup and ask questions as we go?
Yeah.
If that would help, would that be okay? Is that okay with?
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What's the best way to do that then? Do you want me to share my screen or?
Yeah. If you want to share your screen, we can all watch that, and I can direct you through.
Hang on, it's giving me an error. Discord would like to record this. Oh, apparently I need to give Discord permission.
Yeah.
You need to download the app. You're on the web version, aren't you?
I think I'm on the app.
Are you on a Mac? Yeah, it might be.
I'm on the Mac. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you just need to go to System Preferences and allow it, and then I think you're gonna have to restart Discord when you do that.
Okay, and then where am I going in System Preferences? Hang on.
It should take you directly to it. It should.
Preferences, AMA workshop. Go live.
There you go.
There, did that work?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, are you guys seeing my screen right now or what?
It hasn't
It's
loaded yet, but
loading.
hypothetically.
Okay.
might not want to load though.
You might have to restart Discord since you gave it permission.
Oh, okay, so does that mean I'm leaving and coming back in? Is that?
Yes.
That
Well, not only leaving, but you need to close the whole app and
Close.
restart it.
Okay, take another question, Jake, and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, we are going to start a portion of a workshop here where we're going to go through a strategy setup. It's probably going to be a basic one. I know Teresa is just getting started. So that'll be helpful for newcomers. Is there any other questions that we need to get to before that?
I have a quick question here, Jake, in regards to the stock market feeds that you're pursuing. Are those in real time or are they delayed like most stock feeds are? Any idea?
That I don't know. So
What is the
you're,
question?
yeah. Give us more detail on that, JP.
Well, you know, sometimes if you're not a broker, you don't get real-time information from the stock market exchanges. They'll delay it by 15 minutes or a half hour so that, you know, we won't be able to really trade on lower time frames with any real accuracy. We're going to be forced to sort of work off the one-day intervals or something along those lines.
Gotcha. I haven't gotten to the point in discussions where that has been discussed, and I haven't seen any information that says that we don't get that. But you know the you know live data versus you know delayed data. But that's a very good question, and I'll look into that. I will say, you know, of course, with the regulations, I've been looking at this, and this is something that I haven't officially decided, so this isn't an official statement, but I mean, there's a lot of different things, you know, that are different about stock trading, and all the way down to if we have to be a broker, and we're not actually going to be a broker, but we have to act like a broker. We're going to have our own asset screen, our own, you know, withdraw and deposit screen. And it'll seem like we're the broker, but we're going to be going through Alpaca, and if they take all of the legal liability, because it ain't going to me, from what I understand, it should be going into them, but we'll see. So it's just a matter of working that out, and if that happens, you know, we may see stock trading being its own website separate from the crypto trading portal. So it might be the same website, let me say, the same website, but just two different portals. And yeah, so that, you know, that and that may come into play because once again we're going to have, you know, limitations of the regulations that are in place, like you can't buy and sell the same asset more than once in a 24-hour period. You can't do that more than 3 times in a week or something before you trigger a day trading, you know, alarm or fee or whatever.
Yeah, get margin called.
Yeah.
Teresa seems to still be having problems with Discord because it's not streaming.
Yeah, I'm just walking through the instructions here again. 'Cause
When you click share your screen and you select your screen,
Mhm.
it should say you see where it says custom? Yeah, it'll be like custom resolution frame rate.
Okay, hang on, let me go back to share screen. Give me a sec.
It's on the same page that says go live.
It says, yeah, I've only got stop streaming. Hang on. Okay, share your screen and then give me the next one.
You should see now a page that shows like all your screens.
Yeah.
Alright, just click the one you're trying to share. And now you see screen quality, and under it should say like custom or smoother video or
Better text readability or custom.
do better text readability.
Okay.
Try that.
Now, this is where it's saying, warning, this app doesn't have permission to record your screen. You may get unexpected results.
So you
well,
haven't actually enabled your permission then in your settings.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to go through again, because I thought I did.
So it should, on that pop-up, it should have a button that says Open System Settings. And when you click on that, it should bring you to the exact setting that you need to change. It should be a list of apps, and in that list of apps, there'll be Discord, and you need to click like Allow or something like that.
So in system preference,
Security and privacy, go to screen recording.
There it is, okay.
Yeah, and then add Discord to the list. You probably have to unlock with the lock on the bottom left.
There we go, okay.
You may need a Oh, there we go. It's on.
Oh.
Oh. She just restarted Discord.
It made her restart, but you can see that it worked and she didn't actually need to. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw it working, so it should work now.
Yeah, it should work.
Back, I think we're good.
Back. It should work.
Back to where I was.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
Stone Motion asked me a question, and I know we talked about this very briefly.
Well,
But
I
Coinbase
just
no longer
realized
does.
his name is Stone Motion and not Stone Mountain. For some reason, I've been reading Stone Mountain this whole time. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He had a question about Coinbase, though. Coinbase no longer does like APIs, right?
Oh, they do. We support Coinbase. We support Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro is going away, from what I understood.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And
too.
then we also support Coinbase Prime, and I don't know much about that, but we do support them. Now, Coinbase has this new thing. I think Stone was asking me, or somebody else asked me about
Coinbase
What?
Cloud.
No, Coinbase One.
I'm Stone Motion. I was asking. I'm Bill. Yes, I asked.
Yeah. So
$30 a month, and then they have free trades.
Right. Coinbase One is a subscription service that Coinbase is now offering, where you spend a certain amount of money per month as a subscription, and you get no fee trading. However, I pasted that to you, Stone Motion, that the disclaimer is there's a limit to how much free trading you're actually allowed to do. Now, it doesn't say how much that limit is, and all of that. There are trading limits, and you showed me the daily trading limits for your account, but that doesn't necessarily match Coinbase One. So to me, it's not so much paying for an unlimited use pass for free trading. It's prepaying for a bunch of fees, and maybe you get a better deal where you're paying $20 for $40 worth of fees. But that's what it seems like to me. But anyway, yeah, we do support that. Coinbase One is just a subscription service for Coinbase, the regular Coinbase, and you would use the regular Coinbase API with Tradelab, and we shouldn't need to know anything about Coinbase One. It shouldn't all the fees and everything will be taken care of on the exchange.
And Coinbase Pro is going away in early 23, so very soon. I just found the article.
Okay, I had also a question. For some reason, I have 3 screens going, and I get all the echoes, echo. So should I log off and then log back in?
Oh, you just have to close Jake's screen, or you can right-click on it, and then just turn the stream volume to 0 or mute.
You're talking like the YouTube echoes or something?
I have 2 screens, a screen within a screen.
Yeah, so just right-click it. If you're on YouTube, you can just close that. But if you're talking about Discord, then all you need to do is right-click and hit mute on the stream, or just turn the stream volume to 0.
No, I'm still getting it.
On both streams?
Yeah, I have echo.
Lisa's screen has all of us on it, and we're picking up her loop.
But you said you muted both streams. Maybe just try restarting the app, see if that helps.
Yeah.
If you're looking at my screen, I'm muting Teresa right now, with on her screen, like, not her speaking, but I can mute. If you look at my screen, there's a mute button, and if I click on that, it won't make any noise from Teresa's desktop. So anyway, so let's. I think that covers most of what we needed to talk about. Let's go ahead and go over what Teresa has and
Okay,
see if that
awesome,
helps
thank
anybody
you.
else.
Really good explanations too, guys. Thank you for your patience with, there's so many things to learn these days. I'm new to Discord. Okay, so, I am new to both PineScript and automating. So I'm gonna walk you through my rules, but I haven't actually, like this strategy back tests well, but, I'm not certain how it'll do live, which is why I wanna set it up. But this is just a moving average bands based on volume weighted moving average. And very simple rules. It's sort of like a more intelligent grid bot is the idea. And I've scalped this successfully sitting at my computer. I've just never automated it to see how it does automating, okay?
Okay.
The rules are if I get a bullish candle below either of these two lines, I get an entry signal. And if I get a bearish candle above either of the highest moving averages, these are just ATR distances from the central moving average. And if I get,
I have a
yeah.
question real quick. So
Sure.
what are you considering a bullish candle and a bearish candle? Is it just if the candle's going up or down, or is it bullish engulfing, or?
No, I've tested it on different types of candle patterns, but it seems to back test best with just, is the candle bearish, is the candle bullish? So is the close open, or the close or
Lower or
open
greater? Okay.
greater than the open or close, right?
Okay.
So I'm using really simple metrics on this,
Hey, that's
okay?
sometimes the best.
Yeah, well, and it didn't seem to improve the script to put in like, is a doji, is a bearish engulfing, whatever. I tried a version with that and it actually tested out worse because it was missing a lot of trades it could have taken. So, so here's, like, so firstly, I'm not sure if the issues with my Pine script or the issues with the setup.
Well, you were actually on track to maybe describe part of the issue here. So you were saying that when you get a engulf, or when you get a bullish, you send an entry, and then when you get a bearish, you send an exit towards the top.
Yes.
Okay.
And so whenever I enter a trade, the exit point is this first moving average, which is just
Right
half
above you all.
half ATR above the moving average, okay? So if I'm entering back here, it is immediately putting in a take profit for wherever this line is from the entry point. Like, so it's not a crossover exit, it's literally put a take profit into the system at this point in time, and then whenever the market comes back around to that point, which is sometimes almost immediate, it exits that trade. And on the back testing on TradingView, I'm allowing pyramiding, so it might enter 3 or 4 times at the bottom and then exit on the way up and then enter the shorts on the way down. But building it this way, it seems to, like I've back tested it against quite a few market dumping or blow off top situations, and it performs better with this kind of a setup in extreme market volatility. Like in situations like this, where you're getting really deep moves in the market and very quickly, it performs better with that setup, like just allowing sort of a dollar cost averaging. And so this system runs without stop losses, because if the market moves in the wrong direction, it's just dollar cost averaging by adding to the trade.
Gotcha.
Making sense?
Yes. Gotcha.
So one thing I'll point out on the chart right now is that we don't have, we have one way off to the left, but for what we've been pointing at, we don't have any longs here. Are we supposed to have longs? Where you've been pointing?
Yes, so the longs don't always enter because it might not get a valid signal. Like, so you'll see, for example, it missed all these candles because none of them closed below this line. Right? All of the, now, so either that or there's a problem in my code. but I think it's because all of them had a close that was slightly above this line, so we didn't get an entry here. This one should have entered though.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking at that one. I was like, that should be a long
Maybe
one.
there
Okay.
might be something wrong in my actual code, and I'm not sure if it's the code or the automated system. Do you guys want to look at the code, or do you want to look at this setup?
So let's first. There's a separation of duties here. There's a line in the sand, and I'm not talking about my duty specifically, but I'm talking about the duty of Tradelab versus TradingView and where the problem lies. Okay, so for example, here when we're seeing trades on your TradingView, and if we're missing a long trade right here, that would completely, undoubtedly be an issue in the Pine script. Because the way that this works is your Pine script is creating, your trades right here. And when we say trades, it's making the backtester enter a trade, right? Well, when the backtester enters a trade via strategy.entry, that is going to trigger an alert. That alert then goes to Tradelab. And at that point, we run a bunch of logic on top of that. And so if all of your trades were being made properly in TradingView and your alerts from TradingView were sending properly, and then your trade still wasn't being made, that's an issue with the bot. Or if your trade was wrong, that could be an issue with the bot, right? Whereas over here, we're not seeing the right trade, so we definitely are stuck at this point, right? So we do need to look at the Pine script. And that's something that we do help with. I'm definitely not an expert. Miles has used a whole lot more Pine script than I have, but I do understand it. And so is there anything that you want to try to take a crack at, Miles?
Go back to the math that you just had where it was like candle, I was already reading it, candle 1 bullish, greater than MAL2. Yeah, right there. Okay, so candle is bullish, close is greater than open, candle bearish. Close. Okay, so here I'm assuming MAL is moving average line.
Yeah, so it's just 1, 2, and 3 expand upwards, and goes 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is closest to the moving average, 3 is furthest to the moving average.
Hold on. So the top 3 is MAL 1, 2, 3, and the bottom are MAL 1, 2, 3?
Correct. MAH 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I said I'm a little dyslexic.
Oh, I see it now. MAH. I am as well. That all looked like MALs to me at first.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so if it's above the moving average, it's moving average high, 1, 2, 3. And if it's below the moving average, it's moving average low, MAL. Right? So the long entries happen below the moving average on the MALs, and the short entries happen above the moving average on the MA highs.
Okay, MAL and MA high. All right. I see. Okay, so close MAL2.
And the only reason I put a distinction, like right now, it's trading 1% on either. But once I get this to work, I was going to back test that it would enter slightly larger trades if it's below the lower one, as opposed to below this one, right? So that's the only reason I separated this, because truthfully, like the short entry 2 and the long entry 2 that are above and below this line would enter anyway because they're above and below the second one. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the moment, they're all entering the same because they're all the same percentage, but I separated them here because I might weight them later.
So do me a favor on the candle. Remove on long entry 1 and 2. Remove and bar state is confirmed, and see what happens. Let's see if you can leave them on the short entries. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Do you want me to remove it and re-add it?
You just save it. It should update. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't make much of a. Oh, there it goes. It just took a second. There it goes. Didn't make much of a change though.
Yeah, it didn't add this entry here,
Yeah.
which if I'm looking at it, looks like that should have been along.
Zoom in a little more. Is it? Are we sure it's doing exactly what it? Is that meeting the conditions? Did it cross? Yeah, I guess. With the wick and.
Because there's a few others here.
Like, see that one? Did that one even cross though for the long? Like, look at that long. The one to the left.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did that
it's
actually?
interesting. Like that one shouldn't have been.
Okay, so then that tells us, that tells us a good bit. So it's doing the wrong thing here.
Yeah, it's backwards.
It's backwards.
Like something's not quite right and I can't quite figure out what it is.
Try to. Okay, so what do you can? Okay, so are you saying open is greater than close, right? Or the close is greater than open, right? For bullish. But are you considering open the start of the current candle or the candle before?
Current candle. Oh. Hang on. Is my logic there? I get
Yeah,
what you're
so do the previous candle. So like do yeah. See if that fixes it.
And then maybe add bar
Yeah,
space.
because then it would be entering on the next candle, right?
Well, so close is gonna say you might need a
Long entry.
So
Oh no, this one that needs to be the previous candle, right? Not the definition of the candle, but the bar state of the previous candle needs to be.
yeah.
I think that's what I've screwed up.
It's
Is that
possible that will fix it.
Let me see here, hang on. Save. Because that should have taken out that long and didn't.
Well, that actually adjusted it to the candle before, which would have been.
Did it move?
Yeah, it was on the red one before.
Oh yeah, and that one is. It's
That one-
not below the lower moving average though, it's below above this, so I wonder if I got my moving averages lines backwards somehow.
Go to your moving average definition.
Okay, so 3 should be the furthest one away, I believe, right? So that is, well, the alerts are working anyway.
Turn your data window on.
That's the yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and then okay, and then you have upper. Okay, put your cursor over that long.
The long,
The one that we just were looking at, the long, not the one that didn't place, but the only long that placed. Yeah. Okay. And that's at 16956.736. Okay. So look, hold on.
okay.
Look at. Hold on. So that would be the. Okay.
Sorry. Do you want me to?
that, you're fine.
Okay.
If you want to send it to me real quick, I'll just take a look at it. That way I can tinker things really fast.
Send the code?
If you want, it's up to you.
How do I do that?
Just literally.
Sorry?
You can just copy and paste it to me, or
And then where am I sending it?
just a message it on Discord or something.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
find him on on Discord, on the
Okay,
left
and
side, you'll
then-
see his name. Just double click.
I'm sorry, your name is, I don't know.
Miles. I'm
Miles?
Miles. Yeah, here, I'll message you real quick.
Sorry, I'm so new to this Discord, I'm still
You're
learning. Where would I see that message?
Okay, so if you open up Discord,
Okay,
you will see,
Very top left.
yeah, it should be in the very top left, the new box that appeared.
messages. And
I have a question for you. How long have you been trading?
I actually have been trading Forex since before we could do it on the internet.
Okay, I could tell. I just
But
by
I
the
took
things
a
you
long
said.
gap in there and went away from trading, and then crypto kind of piqued my interest again, so I went back into it. So I actually have pretty solid knowledge on trading. It's just the world of, it's kind of like when I started trading, we were still using stone wheels and carts. And then all of a sudden, I stopped, and in the meantime, they invented space travel. And we came back to it, so it's kind of like I really understand the movement of the markets, but understanding how to do what I know how to do and turn that into automated strategies is like, whoa, stretching my brain.
Sure.
So, okay, is this Tradelab.AI direct message? Is that the one I'm responding to, or?
I just sent you another message. Did you see it pop up anywhere?
She might have her security on. If you go to the very top left of Discord, if you hover over it, it should say direct messages.
Yes, I
When
see
you,
that.
when you click on that, do you see like a message
Left
request
mouse.
or pending messages, and it has a red dot?
Pending messages.
Do you
I
see
see-
Miles with a
I
red
don't
dot?
see that says Miles.
It should say Trade Lab Miles.
Yeah. Is there a way, if you can go back to your Discord, like when you shared your screen, you selected
yeah.
Chrome. If you could select Discord so that we can see your.
Yes, that's a good idea, okay. You guys are so patient, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Nothing worse than a 60-year-old woman trying to learn how to automate.
I gotta say though, like
Okay.
as much as you have in trading knowledge, and Miles knows more about that, I'm even impressed with what you have with the code, your ability to get on here and everything. I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, no. Listen,
You guys.
you're light years ahead of 90% of the people we speak with. Just to be honest.
I really appreciate you saying that. Okay, so it's share screen, AMA workshop maybe, is that what's gonna?
Yeah, if you we should be
Okay,
able to see.
so are you seeing my
Yes.
screen now?
Yep, and if
Okay.
you go up to that direct message again,
Yeah, okay.
and
And then is it
message
trade-
requests? Message requests.
Yeah, you have message requests. So click message request.
Top left. There you go. And then you want to accept the DM from Tradelab Miles. And G202 is one of our guys too. He was just saying thanks.
Perfect, okay. And then,
Now just click me and you should be able to send me a message.
is that you?
Yep.
Miles, you're lovely. Okay.
Thank you.
I think I'm pasting in the code.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's perfect because it's too big to send into messages. So it has to send it as a file.
Okay.
All right.
And I just request you don't share it until we know what
No,
works.
I won't share it all. I promise.
Look, I have an ethic here. I don't
Well,
like
to be honest, you're.
that I don't know is where.
I mean, you're using volume, so it's hard to fail with volume, to be honest. But
Yeah. Okay, so.
I'll share my screen and I'll just quickly try a few different things to see what I can get it to do.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and so in the meantime, while he tries that, I do want to ask a few questions of the experience that you've been having, so I can determine what other stuff we need to look at in Tradelab to make sure it's set up. Okay, so what we saw that your longs were not getting sent by TradingView correctly because of the script. I did see that your shorts looked pretty good. I saw some good shorts in there. And so my question
Yeah.
is, have the shorts through Tradelab been working for you?
No, nothing's executing. So there's something in the logic I'm missing. And I'll just like, let me be vulnerable and say I'm also dyslexic. So sometimes it takes me a little longer to learn stuff than other people. So it might not be you, it might totally be me.
Yeah, no worries.
But like maybe I should share my setup while Miles is looking at my code.
Yeah, share your Tradelab screen and we'll take a look at that.
Let me share my, let's move over to Tradelab setup. Whoops, wrong one.
Every
Okay.
token is dropped like shit right now. I'm sorry, excuse me.
What's dropping? Sorry.
I think you was talking to someone else.
The market's dropping like crazy. I just thought I'd mention that. All 40 tokens are red. Did somebody just tweet something bad?
Uh-oh.
I want, that sounds like an Elon Musk tweet or something. Let's look at what's
It's not
happening.
that bad.
No, it's, I
We
mean,
just, yeah, it's not that bad.
Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted, but yeah, what I'm looking at on the 1 minute, everything's crashing. But anyway.
Oh yeah, on the 1 minute it's taking a shit for sure.
Yeah, not
It's a little 0.5%.
yeah, that's within the normal range. Sorry, I just thought maybe we should look since we're all traders here. Let me be responsible. Okay, let me go over to my strategy setup. So I did the piece where I put the webhook and the message in that you said to, like, so the alert message is copied over
okay.
my, like over here. Do you know what I mean? That's what you've been seeing pop up is that little alert message that's in your
Great.
copy paste, right?
Yep.
Now,
Huh. You know what's
I'm on-
weird? It
Yeah.
took that trade on BTC USDT. Not on the index though.
Yeah, actually, I'm probably on the wrong screen. Oh, yeah, no, I am on Bybit.
You were on Bybit?
Yeah, I'm here, and the alerts are on Bybit. I did switch over to the index earlier, but the alerts are set up on Bybit.
Yeah.
You were on the index when we were just looking, I thought.
Oh, we might have been. It's sitting on Bybit now, though.
Yeah, see, look, that trade, it took the long on that one. See?
But it's not actually taking it on the account. Like, if I
Right,
look
right.
at the
And
account,
so-
nothing's.
Yeah, so that's what we'll look at now. So let's take a look here.
So there's something, like, I understood from the videos that if I cut and pasted in that code, that this stuff would then automatically populate, but maybe I'm misunderstanding that and there's something I need to do. I tweaked these settings over here, like to be percentages where I wanted them and stuff like that. But is there something I'm supposed to be doing in here? And that might be where the gap in my understanding is.
No, actually, the template that you have should do everything that you need it to do. Of course, you can edit those, but for just a basic setup, I've done everything for you, so you shouldn't need to do any of that. What you've done on the right side for trade settings, setting percentages and everything, that looks great. What it sounds like we need to do is just go through some basic troubleshooting steps and take a look at what alerts have been sending. So to do that, let's head over to alert history on the left side.
Alert history,
Yep.
okay.
And so what we're going to do is take a look at alerts that TradingView has sent to Tradelab. And if we click on one of these alerts, just click on the top one, we should be able to see, you'll click on the timestamp.
Time, okay, here, yeah.
Okay, and we'll be able to see the raw alert that came in. And normally we should be able to see a list of strategies and rules that ran on the left side. Okay, but we're not seeing that, which tells us some stuff. So let's take a look closer at your alert here. It looks like you have a symbol for BTC USD. Okay, and you got your type is buy. Okay, and that all looks good. Okay, so now let's go back over to hit my strategies on the left side. Okay. my strategies is towards
Oh,
the
there,
top.
yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm getting tired. Okay, and then this one, you want me to go into, oh, where'd it go? It just disappeared. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
It just vanished.
It just vanished. Okay. Well, let's press edit on one of the other ones.
Rescreen
Yeah.
and see
Sure.
if something weird just happened.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's press edit on one of the other ones.
Anyway, okay, so just edit one of the existing ones, or?
Yeah. Press edit, and we'll take a look at this one. Okay, go ahead and copy the page that you're on, the link to the page out of your browser at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, copy that, and then send that over to me.
Okay. Discord. And do I have you as a direct message?
I will message you, and you might have to accept me. Here we go. Alright, check your messages.
Messages.
Might have to look in message requests.
Oh. I love your little avatar, it's very cute.
Alright.
Mine are so much better in my avatar than in life. Okay.
So if we look
And then you want me to send you that, right? Sorry, I sent it twice, but yeah.
I got it. And I'm looking here. I'm gonna find and recover your other strategy.
Okay. This is exciting, having you guys look at this for me.
Oh man, they're both amazing. When I first joined, I spent countless hours just chatting with them and them fixing all my problems. It was great.
And I got a university in Africa to build, so you know, I really appreciate you guys. You get to a point in life you don't need a bigger house, right? And now it's just all about like, okay, what can I do for the world now?
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys.
Cool.
Okay, so I do see it, and it does look like it's deleted. So just bring that back. Go ahead and refresh your page.
Oh, I
there
see
it is.
it.
It already popped up.
Okay, I'll go ahead and edit.
What time frame were you on, Teresa?
On there, I think I was on the 1 minute. Let me check. Oh, wrong.
Yes, or 1 hour. Well, there's a
I think
couple.
I had alerts set up on 2 different time frames, but that one, BTC ones that are firing are on the 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
So, which I learned today is maybe not the best idea, that I should be doing 5 minute for your system, but, let's
No,
just.
for a setup like yours, that you it would be fine on 1 minute. You don't have as many things that you don't need as much math done, and
Right.
Okay.
It should be fine. So,
Yeah.
so checking that out, we're just going to check a couple other things. So, your strategy didn't run on that alert that we saw because it was deleted. So, and you were sitting inside of this strategy for a while looking at it, but it was removed, and so you could see it there, but it wasn't actually in the list. So that's one reason. Let's scroll up to the top of trade settings on the right side. Scroll up to the top.
Maybe, trade setup, sorry.
Trade settings on the side. Yeah, that panel.
Okay.
If you scroll up in there, we can see BTC USDT. Okay. Let's go back to alert history.
One question.
Sure.
I might, because I deleted one of them because it was going on my live account and I wanted it to be on my test account, and I set that up by mistake. Oh yeah, this one is on test. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to make sure we're doing nothing with real money until I know it works. Okay, sorry about that, Jake. Okay, now you want me to look at settings?
Yeah, so I can see the BTC USDT as the symbol, and we do
Okay.
have your correct exchange selected. So now let's go to alert history on the left side. We're going to go
Okay.
back there, and
want
go ahead and
to
hit no.
say-
No is fine. Yes,
I don't know if I
doesn't
have
matter.
anything, but-
Okay, and now, so we have stuff going all the way back to the first. Let's click on the very bottom BTC alert, which would have been at 3:10 today.
310. This one?
That one.
Okay.
And it was also turned off. Now the symbol is correct, so that looks good. So I think it was just the fact that this was turned off. Now, if we go over to TradingView, question is, when are we going to next receive an alert? So we received one at 38. So hopefully we'll
Probably
get
gonna
a
be
new one.
right at the moving average right now, so it couldn't be further from a trade in this moment.
Okay, yeah. So hopefully it'll fire one, and we'll be able to look at a new alert to make sure it's coming through correctly. I do want to point out another thing. If we go back to TradeLab while we're waiting on that,
Yeah.
there is something else that can be done. If we go to My Strategies,
Here. Okay.
okay,
It's
and
okay.
and so you activated one of your strategies. If you press the three dots on the generic trading view by going through the one above that.
Yeah, I this is the one I don't want to be running. So can I can sleep
Oh,
it?
I see. Yeah, press yeah, that's fine.
Thanks.
I see.
Okay. Yes.
I
is that-
have a question.
Sure.
In your strategy,
Mhm.
what happens if you're in a long and a short comes?
It should just reduce the long.
Okay.
So the shorts are acting, that's why I'm allowing pyramiding.
Yeah.
Because
So
the shorts are acting as a reduce only. Well, I'm, they're not to reduce
check
only,
this
but,
out. Check this
okay.
out. Can you see my screen?
Let me click on it to make it bigger.
Okay. So this is what we were just looking at, right? And this should have been a long, right?
I don't think I'm seeing your screen, hang on.
You gotta click me and then click watch stream.
For some reason. What is it? Oh, there, watch mouse, there we go. Sorry, I apologize for being slow at this.
So this, you're fine. This is the Bitcoin US dollar 1 minute index, right?
Yeah,
And we were looking right here, I believe.
yeah,
And this should have been a long, right? We're under your lower moving average.
yeah.
3. Well, what we didn't look at is that there is actually a long exit right here because it entered the long back here. So it was already in a long.
But it should have added to the long with the second long trigger. So that
So
I'm
it should have
dollar,
added to the position.
yeah. So
Okay.
the second long signal should add to the position, which maybe is a problem with the pin code then. Or maybe it's my settings aren't allowing permitting in the settings. Hang on. Properties. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, it's the pyramiding. So
So let me turn pyramiding to.
yeah, there we go. If I move it to 5, now it's got all of it in it, and it would have taken profit.
That's what it was. Okay, so if this alert is set up on this, does it have to be left running on my computer so that the settings stay? Or
No.
how does that work?
No, so let me, this is a very important thing to grasp. So everything runs
Okay.
in the cloud, you don't have to run your computer. But more
Okay.
importantly, when you create an alert, At the moment that you press the create alert button and you fill out the create alert pop-up and you press save, at that moment it is taking your time frame, your current symbol, and all of the settings of that strategy. Okay, and that includes the properties, that includes the inputs, that includes the code, everything. It's taking all of that and it's baking it into the alert. So if you make a change to your code, if you make a change to your properties, pyramiding, or anything like that, you must delete your alert on TradingView and reset it up. Because that allows you, because it bakes into the alert, you can now go and change your symbol and look at other stuff, and you don't have to worry about it messing up your alert. Okay, your alert will always stay the same as it was, and that's fine, but it is important to know, because if you make any changes, your alert won't update with those changes. You have to delete it and recreate it.
Okay, so essentially then, it's just the delete the alert and put a new alert on if I change my settings. I don't have to change anything on Tradelab.
Correct. Everything I just said is specifically to do with TradingView. It has nothing to do with Tradelab.
Yeah, you just have to remake the alert on trading.
Okay, beautiful, okay. So then we just have to figure out why it's not executing trades, but you think that was because it was deleted?
Yes, and I also have some more stuff to look at there. So if we go back to Tradelab, I want to point something out that I saw. So
Okay,
you deleted that strategy, and I understand why you deleted it, because you had your live exchange on there, and you want to use your test exchange. So if we go back to Tradelab and pull up that page.
do you want me to share my screen again?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at somebody else.
Am I still?
No, you're screen sharing still.
You are. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, multiple people can screen share at once, fun. I'm looking at Miles's screen, but you guys are still looking at mine. Okay, Jay, momentary confusion. Wow, Discord's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry, will you say that request again? You want me to look at what?
Yeah, if you could go back to Tradelab.
Okay,
Okay, so what I notice here is that we went into TradingView template, and we made that for Bybit test, and we set that up, but that was actually not what you had set up prior. You set up the MA band scalper, which you set up off of the template, but you changed the name, you changed some settings.
yeah.
And my point here is that you deleted that because of your exchange, but you didn't really need to delete it. What we want to do is press edit.
Need to change the exchange.
Yeah, we just need to change the drop down. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question again for you, Teresa. Did you write all that code yourself?
Well, I borrowed pieces of it from other people's indicators, and then
The fact that you made your own library, because I could see that you imported a library from yourself.
well, I borrowed someone else's library and then modified it, so
Hey, listen, you are light years ahead, I'm telling you.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to Zen and the Art of Trading has a course on PineScript, so some of this is his code. And he's an amazing teacher too. Between you guys and him, I'm gonna become a billionaire in this lifetime. So yeah, you guys need to connect with him, because I've actually sent a request to him that he do some videos on how to automate his scripts onto Tradelab, because I actually think you guys are the best automation system I've seen. Like,
Wait, who is it?
if
You
I can
mentioned
do
the
a
name?
2-minute rant, the thing that really worries me right now is that there are a ton of people selling bots out there that are horrible trading strategies. Like,
Oh
just
yeah, they're
the
really
worst
bad.
trading strategies you could ever imagine, and people are paying money to go into these, and they work fine for like a month, and then they trade you into oblivion, you know? So I really appreciate your guys' patience and what you're doing here, because
That's part of the reason we built it the way.
yeah, so.
You know, this way we don't put out strategies. We make people make their own, and you know, it's just better that way.
I think somebody
Yeah.
asked what the name of that trading
Zen in the art of
education.
trading.
Zen, the Art of Trading. He teaches a PineScript mastery course. Unfortunately, he doesn't do affiliates, so I would have got him to give you guys an affiliate link, because I'm shouting him out here. But I do feel like a little bit of that is his code, like some of the library code, I modified it from his code, and the moving average band, I modified, from a moving average indicator I found. So, kudos to the people who originally set up those indicators. I don't want to take credit for their work. I
Hey,
just,
respect to you, because
so,
90% of people would have taken that credit.
Yep. Very
Yeah,
impressive.
the guy at Zen in the Art of Trading, his name's Matthew, and I reached out to him about 2 weeks ago to see if he would make some custom modifications to my screener script that Miles and Jake are very familiar with. And he doesn't do custom coding. I guess he makes all his money in those education materials. But he did refer me to the guy who did the coding modifications for me that I struck a deal with directly. So,
Oh, you got it done?
yeah, I mean, he's made some changes. I got some new changes that he's working on right now. But yeah, it's doing its thing.
nice. Nice.
Yeah, I got with JP and we figured out a plan, and it was pretty straightforward actually. So good to go there. So to wrap up with Teresa here, we switched over your exchange. So if you press save
Save.
at the top, it's at the top. Yep, it's in the bar,
There we go, yeah.
and then hit quit.
Okay.
So that's going to bring you back to this page, and now you can see that it says Bybit test. So I'm going to have you do two things real quick. For the generic TradingView template, we don't actually want that to run because that's not what you made. So we're going to 3-dot that and do inactive. Active, inactive, yeah. So that's going to turn it all the way off. Now, let's real quick give you an overview of sleep versus active, inactive. So having a strategy be, did that, hit active and active again. I'm not sure that went, the three, no, on the one above it. Yep. Active and active, hit yes, there we go. There we go, okay. So, real quick, there's two different ways to turn on and off a strategy. You can make it inactive, and that means it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's completely off. Okay? If it's active, that means it's running, and it can run its rules, and if one of those rules says to place an order, it'll place an order. It's ready to go. Now, if you place it to sleep, that means that it's still going to run all of its rules. It's going to react to all of the alerts, but if it ever tries to place a trade, it won't place a trade. If you put a strategy to sleep while it's in a trade, it will continue that trade and it will be able to close the trade. But once it's closed, it will not be able to open a new trade. So sleep still runs everything. And the reason for that, imagine if we had a strategy that was listening to alerts and saving variables to see if RSI was above this, if money flow was going up, and a couple different confirmations. We would still want to hear all of that so that we could have our variables be synced to the chart, right? So that when we turn it back on, we have all the correct variables and we're ready to trade. In that case, we wouldn't want to turn it completely off, right? So we would just put it to sleep so that it couldn't place trades if it tried, but we still sync with everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's brilliant, thank you.
Wonderful.
That really, okay.
So we have this sleeping right now. We probably want to wake it up. So if we do the 3 dots and you hit...
Yeah, that one's on ADA, not Bitcoin. And it's on a longer time frame. So I think the one we were just working on is actually this one up here.
Okay.
And so I want to active, inactive, activate. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful. And I came down to the bottom there. All right. So that should take care of it. We'll monitor it as things go in. The one other thing that I wanted to show off to you is the ability to place test alerts. So if you press the alert tab on the right side, the little clock in Tradelab.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is the alerts that we had you set up. It's only one alert. If you press the eye, the little eye icon, the little button,
Here?
yeah. If you press that, this is the screen that you saw earlier, right? And if you click on that
Yeah.
trading view alert, it'll open up the instructions, and this is what you set up, right?
Yeah.
So if we exit out of this and exit out, there you go. Okay, so if we hit edit now on that this little edit icon, yeah. So if we click on
Edit
that,
alert?
mhm,
Yeah. Okay.
this is the alert builder, and this is how we built that alert. Now I did everything for you. You don't have to worry about editing any of this, but this is allowing you as somebody using Tradelab to create exactly what I've made here. Everything that we've set up for you here is using the same tools that I'm giving you, right? So we can
Okay.
customize the alert message. We can change anything that we want. So I just wanted to show you that. Go ahead and click exit or cancel, save. That's fine either way. And then press the paper airplane icon. You see the little send email icon? That's actually send test alert, right? So here's what I wanted to show you. You can send a test alert from Tradelab and have it act like it's sending an alert from TradingView. Okay, so
Okay.
right now we're sitting around waiting to see if this is going to work because
Okay.
we need to wait for TradingView to send us an alert. Unfortunately, in TradingView, there's no way for me to just trigger an alert right now. Right, I have
Yeah.
to put it on the chart and wait for it to fire. Well, I made this function in Tradelab that basically sends ourselves an alert as if we were TradingView. Okay, and so you can, yeah.
Will it
Well,
trade?
so here's one thing that we need to discuss is
Okay.
this is a alert coming from TradingView as a TradingView strategy. That means it's a little bit special because TradingView normally sends us a bunch of information to tell us what the strategy is doing without you having to worry about that. Okay, and these are like built-in TradingView variables, and so we bind these to some of the fields that you see up here. So you see how type has a blank box, label has a blank box, and so does market position. You would need to fill those in to match what it is you want to do. So real quick, exit out of there.
I just want to see where
Oh,
we're
it
at
actually
in
sent
terms
an
of,
alert.
we might actually get a signal in a minute, but
Yeah,
okay.
it did actually
Um,
send an alert just a second ago. So we can,
Did it?
yeah, so we can take a look at that. Exit out of here. Go to variables real quick. I just want to check something. Variables is the icon right below the clock. So you got the clock icon on the right. It's the next icon below that, variables. Okay, and we got a label sitting there. Okay, I just wanted to check that. All right, let's go to alert history. Let's see if we can take a look at that alert. On the left menu, alert history.
Oh, alert history, sorry.
So a new one came in, 454. Click on that. Let's see what happened.
4,
And
okay.
that was actually a little while ago, but we do see something ran. So this one ran, and so this is what it should normally look like. Okay, so it should normally look like you have the alert on the right side that's sent, and on the left you see a strategy running, and you can see all the rules that ran. Okay, now we can see that all of these rules failed. Okay, and so
Yeah.
we can try to understand why that is, and I can already see and tell you why, but we're going to walk through it. So if we press short enter, if we click on that, this screen is made to show you, click on conditions, it's made to show you everything that the bot did at every point so that you know what the bot is doing and why something passed or failed. Okay, so our rule right here to enter a short says that we need to listen for a alert to come in, and it needs to have a type of cell. Okay, you see the expectation says type equals cell, and on the left, the reality, we can see it says cell equals cell, which means that that passed, and it means that custom alerts type was cell. Okay, you see how if you look at the raw alert, we can actually see type says cell up in the top
Yes.
right. Okay, so that's how that works. Now we can see that position size in order for us to enter, position size must not be 0. Okay, because if position size is 0, that means that this alert from TradingView is actually closing something. Because if we're opening, position size would be, not 0, and if we're closing, it goes down to 0, right? And so actually, this alert that was sent from TradingView was meant to be an exit alert, and since we weren't in a trade previously, everything failed, basically. And that's what should have happened, right? Now, I want to point out, if you open up the long enter, click on long enter, yeah. So if you open up the conditions here, we can see that this also ran. So I just told you that this was a short exit alert. So why did my long enter rule run? Well, because all the rules run. They always run, and we would expect this rule to fail because obviously this is a short alert. And we can see it did fail because it expected buy, and instead we had sell. And so it failed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Awesome.
So it did what we wanted it to do, essentially.
It did. And so at this moment, we would be waiting for an entry alert to come in, and that should actually place a trade. So far, everything looks like it should work.
Okay. So I basically just need to keep an eye on it. Can we do a test trade just to make sure it's working properly with buy bet?
Yeah, so if we go to my strategies, you could try that. It's not exactly going to work because it's going to resend that as a test alert, and obviously it's still a close, right? But that's a good eye there. Go ahead and edit your generic TradingView template. Okay, and then hit the send test alert button on the right side, this paper airplane button. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what to fill in here. What we'll need to do is exit out of this real quick and go back to variables. So that other icon right below the clock, the variables tab. Right, so the variables is like the bot's brain, right? So this allows us to save stuff and remember stuff, right? And one thing that we're remembering is the label. So if you edit on the label, click edit.
I'm not seeing here.
It's the first one on the list. Yeah. If you could just copy everything in the value, so highlight everything in the value and then copy it.
Okay.
Press that check button to save it. And now go back to alerts. There you go. You got it. And now press the send test alert button, the paper airplane. All right. So we're going to paste what you just copied into the middle blank box. That's for label. Okay? And now we're going to type in buy for the type. Just type in buy. And that's going to be for the one right above it. Yep.
Okay.
Actually, do it all lowercase for me. That's just how TradingView works.
Whenever I write code, I'm like, error. It's all capitalized.
And for market position, go ahead and type long. Okay? And now for position size, type in like 1 is fine. Okay? And for contracts, type in 1 as well. All right, and if you want to actually see this go all the way through, go ahead and do check the place row orders box. Okay, now send test alert. Okay, and just give it a second. It will run, and now we can see Yahoo! Long enter, success, and in a moment we should see a notification come in, and it says, oh, trade was canceled. The trade was canceled. Well, let's see why. So let's go.
Go through over here. So let's go back to Tradelab.
Okay, and we see that we placed an order and everything was good. Okay, so let's go to. Let's see. What should we do? Let's go up to the top right in the bell icon. Let's take a look at that error one more time. So it says trade canceled Open to buy, however the order was canceled. Okay, exit out of that. And click on generic trading view template, the link there, where it's underlined. Press open in strategy builder.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. That looks like a... Oh, it's sending selected strat. I see. Press my strategies. Okay, refresh your page. I'm gonna have to fix that button. Write that down. Okay, so let's click on edit generic trading view template. Okay, so one thing I want to check is we do have a limit timeout of 3 minutes, but that should be okay. We're placing this as a limit. Oh. So I know why this happened. So we're placing this as a limit order, but your time in force is immediate or cancel.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you change that to good till cancel, it will.
Let's just have 3 minutes though, right?
Well, but the immediate or cancel is overriding that. Right, so the limit timeout is actually only going to work if you do GTC. Yeah.
So the good till cancel. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
then we'll
Okay.
cancel it in 3 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to
So-
save that, and we can retry.
Which would be here, open trade now, or?
Yeah, you can do that. Open trade now.
Change that what we would do. Sorry, walk me through it again. I'm tired and I'm forgetting your instructions.
Sure,
Sorry.
no worries. The first thing is go ahead and press save at the top to make sure that we save the GTC. And now go ahead and hit open trade now, and let's see how that goes. Okay, and you can actually click current trade. The tabs on the left, there's at the
On
bottom
the
panel, it says current trade. Just to the right of where you currently are. Just below, just to the right, just to the right. Next tab over, current trade.
Up, down, left, right. I'm not seeing it, Jake, sorry. In here somewhere?
Yeah, so just above to the left where the tabs are, there's a current
There
trade
it is.
tab.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So if we click on the notifications at the top right,
Okay.
very top right of the screen, the bell
Right.
icon.
Yes, got it. Okay.
Okay, trade opened. Looks like it was successful. Go ahead and click close. Okay, and on just to the left of that, the arrows, you can see that there's a 1. If you click on that. Okay, it says no active trades. I think it just closed. Click on the bell icon one more time. No, it's still open. Interesting.
Can we check testnet?
Yeah, let's check the testnet.
See what's happening here? Oh, there is a trade open.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, so it is communicating properly.
Yes. So if we go back to Tradelab, I just want to see why it didn't show. It might be delayed. So I will say the click on that trades icon, the arrows at the very top, one more time. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Go to trades on the left side. The left side menu says trades. That one. Yeah, so there's one there. That's weird. It's not showing up. Click the top right again. The arrows. Interesting. That's weird. Why isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. I haven't. I know that works because I've been using it. It must be something about this trade in particular. Is this? Is this a? This is Bybit. This is a contract.
Could it,
Hmm.
yeah, could it be because we sent it not through the normal program?
No, it still should show up. Go to My Strategies. And this one should say, yeah, open long. So yeah, no, it should show up, and we even see an open trade right there as generic trading view on the right side, open trades.
Give me
Click-
1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, somebody banging on my door.
No worries. Yeah, so that looks good. Click on that arrows icon in the top right one more time. I'm just not believing. Okay, interesting. All right, I'll take a look at that. But yes, it is working. That's just a UI bug. We're seeing the trade in multiple different places elsewhere on the site, and
So
we're good to go.
it closed here, will that close the trade?
Yes.
Okay, let me try that. Take a 5-cent loss.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And if we go back to Bybit, let's see if it closed.
And a test now. Looks like it did.
All right.
Thing open in USDT, and we're down 5 cents. Look at that. Okay. So I should be good to go. I can just set up new alerts that are the exact settings I want. And
Don't
start
forget to
running.
adjust your pyramiding.
yes, change the pyramiding so that they work, and I think we should be good to go.
So
Guys,
I
you're
will-
my hero. That was awesome.
Yeah, no worries. I will say that with the pyramiding, TradingView does pyramiding differently. Well, not differently. We can do it the same. But what I mean is, when you do a pyramid, there's actually two ways to do a pyramid. You can have your strategy fire entries into that symbol multiple times, which means you'll actually see, you know how we saw an up arrow on your trading view when it said long? You'll actually see multiple up arrows, right? But that's doing manual pyramiding. That's not using the pyramiding option in the strategy. Now, if you use
Got
the
it.
pyramiding option in the strategy, it's not going to have those multiple up arrows, and it's just going to do it automatically. Now, here's the difference. If you have the multiple up arrows, TradingView is going to send alerts to Tradelab every single time you pyramid. If you use the pyramid option, it's not going to send those alerts, which is okay. You can still use the pyramid option, but what we need to do is set up either DCA lines for where you want to pyramid as you keep going down, and we can do them as many as you want forever. So we need to set up lines at certain specific points where you want to do that, or we need to have them send alerts so that
You'll have to send alerts.
yeah.
She doesn't know where it's gonna be.
Oh, she doesn't know?
It won't know because it depends on if the current.
That is based on the current bar.
Right.
But if the market moves to the point where it's now crossing the opposite, like one ATR beyond the moving average for what that trade should be, then I want the trade to close, right?
So
So,
Miles, is she
So the way it's happening is if there's a if she if basically
I'm wrong, sorry, I'm forgetting what script we're talking about, because I've written a couple different versions of this script. No, the short should take out the long if it crosses across the moving average.
right, but still it will pyramid in if the same long condition happens over and over again.
But
Yes,
what
correct.
I'm not understanding is it sounds like you're saying it's doing dynamic pyramiding, but
Yes.
how are you getting TradingView to do that via
Well, Trader
just.
View has a built-in pyramid feature.
Well,
for
it does.
strategy.
It does. But how do you trigger those pyramids through Pine
So
Script?
if you have pyramid turned on,
Uh-huh.
and your Pine script has it's the same thing as a strategy entry, right? Whatever your entry condition is, if that entry condition is met and you have multiple pyramids enabled, it's just going to add
Well,
another
then
one of
no.
the
Then
same.
it should send an alert.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to send another log.
Okay.
But we don't know where it is. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but we can do it based on an alert, and so the
Right.
alert will send. So then, Teresa, can you share your screen one more time? I want to add something to your strategy.
And then I do want to check if Miles saw any issues in my code. Hang on, let me find which screen I'm supposed to be sharing here. Why is it not coming
Now, probably.
up? You know what, I'm on the wrong, hang on. Let me, is it Trading View you want to look at or Tradelab?
Tradelab.
Okay.
and honestly, the codes, everything about it's very nice. It's very neatly written. And,
Okay.
As far as functionality, I don't see any problem with it.
It's not showing me Chrome anymore. Well, that must be Chrome there. Sorry, guys. I'm just so new to Discord. I'm struggling a little bit here. So are you seeing
Yes.
my Tradelab right now? Okay.
Yep, we're back. So if we go to My Strategies, we're going to
Okay.
edit your generic trading view template.
This one? Yeah, okay.
Okay, and we want to add
I
some
will say
rules.
this, Teresa. After fixing the pyramiding,
Mhm.
your return increased by like 500%.
I know, this strategy back tests really well. It'll be interesting to see whether it live tests well though, because you never know whether the exchanges will enter the trades where TradingView enters them.
It just is going to depend on your leveraging, really.
Right. So okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Jake.
Oh yeah. So if we just need to add two rules here. What we're gonna do is click on the three dots on long exit. It's the
Okay.
orange rule. Yep. And hit copy and copy above. So hover over copy and do copy above. Okay. And we're gonna click on long exit copy. And that'll allow us to edit the name. Click on it. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to name this long rebuy. Or pyramid, whatever you want. Okay. Great.
Can't spell, but you get the point.
Yeah, me either. Okay.
Sorry,
So,
this is letters.
so what we'll do now is this is going to be a long rebuy. So we're going to listen for a buy. So where it says type equals cell, we're going to click on that cell
Okay.
and you're going to type in buy and you're going to hit enter on your keyboard, all lowercase. Make sure that's all lowercase.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And actually, I'm fibbing here a little bit. If that was uppercase, it would still work because I have an option for case sensitive, and I turn that off by default. So it still would work, but I like to get in the habit of putting it in.
Important to get into. My brain just capitalizes any word it thinks is important.
And for the position, for the position size, we want to do greater than 0. So 0 is actually okay, but what we want to do is exit out of that. Just press exit. And we want to click on the equals sign.
Oh, sorry.
And that's going to be greater than. Great. And then instead of close order down there at the bottom, we want to do increase position. Okay, and then how much of your position do you want to increase? You want to rebuy the whole amount every time, or?
Yes.
Okay, so click here, press the click here. Okay, and type in 100. Now press that and then select original amount. Press close. So that's going to rebuy all of your position every time. Oh, that didn't save. Press that again. Type in 100. And original amount. Press done. There we go. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing with the long. So if we press, sorry, the short. If we press the 3 dots, what's that?
It just says 100.
Yeah, it's 100. It's 100%. That's fine. Press the 3 dots at the top on the
long X?
no on the new one. Yeah, that one, the long rebuy. Copy below. Okay, and we're going to rename this one short rebuy pyramid.
Okay.
Okay, and you can change the where it says type equals buy, change that to sell. Just type in sell and hit enter.
Okay. Learning?
Hit. Sorry, you'll have to hit enter to actually submit that. Okay, and now position size must be less than 0. So TradingView does this weird thing where it sends all the shorts as negatives. So that's okay. And then the side, that side has to be sell because we want to be in a short position. Okay, that's fine. You did great there. Increase position by 100. That's it. So that's all I wanted you to do. Hit save and you're good to go. So now it'll pyramid just the way that you want it to.
Sorry, Jake. How do I rename this so that it's not generic TradingView template?
Top right corner name.
Top right corner where it says name.
Down.
Just below that, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Weighted moving.
How did you find us, by the way?
Weighted moving average. This is my dyslexia. Sorry.
Hey,
Jack.
Teresa,
Yeah.
where'd you hear us about? Where'd you hear about us at?
I actually just found you on a Google search. Or no, I was watching some of your YouTube videos. That's where I found you.
Cool.
I was just comparing different automation strategies. You know, trying to figure out what I need to learn to be able to do them. But ultimately, see, what I'm not sure about here is this system works best as a spot trading system in a system with no fees because it's such micro movements. But Bybit doesn't allow you to automate their spot accounts. You can only automate derivatives. So I don't know how
That's not exactly true. Bybit does allow you to automate spot. We should be able to trade Bybit spot. However, there's a technical issue going on with the library that I use, and I'm having to upgrade it. Once I do upgrade it, we will have the ability to trade Bybit spot. Having an issue upgrading it, so hopefully that'll be solved here soon.
Yeah, because the movements on this type of a strategy are so low that if you're paying fees, the fees can kill all your profit.
Yeah.
And so this is actually a strategy designed to do multiple spot entries on.
That's what I thought. When I was seeing it, I was like, man, this seems like a spot
It is. Yeah, and like I'm actually a big fan. Like a lot of traders don't realize that leverage often reduces
destroys
you.
you. Yeah.
And a lot of the most successful traders I know are actually trading spot or really low leverage. Because you retain a lot more of your profit when you're not paying everything in margin fees.
Yeah, the fees will eat you alive.
Yes. So the fact that Bybit has free spot is like, yay. So I'm excited, if you keep me posted, I'll let you guys know, how this goes. I'm testing various versions of it, because this is sort of me trying to write into code how I would normally trade if I was sitting and watching the computer. But coding what you actually do isn't the easiest thing, so.
No, it's difficult.
Not
But
sure
that's
how well
exactly
back
what I
tests
made
will-
this for. Yep.
So,
Awesome.
awesome, guys, thank you. Hopefully that was helpful also for the people watching.
Oh, fantastic, Teresa and everybody, just amazing.
Awesome, awesome. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate everybody tagging along for that, and appreciate Teresa for letting being a guinea pig, letting everybody see. So.
I'll come on, guys, thank you.
Oh yeah! Hey!
Hey.
So nice to meet you guys.
You as well.
I really want to appreciate, if I can take 1 minute to appreciate you guys. What you guys are doing for the trading community is really phenomenal.
Thank you.
And I know there's a lot of people in the trading community who are, like, yes, we should all improve our own lifestyles, but a lot of traders get to a certain point, they become very philanthropic in the world and really go out and do good things in the world. So I really appreciate, what you guys are enabling in that respect, like the amount of schools getting built and whatnot from the trading community is pretty awesome. So thank you. Really appreciate it.
I'm older than you are, so. You're not
Good to know. Nice.
Quick question, for Jake and Miles. I noticed during the talk I was upgraded to a level, and I couldn't find the screen. What do the levels mean?
Oh,
The levels. Oh, that's just a thing in Discord. It's like how much you we don't even really monitor it. It's like exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's like how much you're typing and stuff in the bot in Discord.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter or mean anything.
Do I get a 10% off Dr. Pepper at Arby's or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the do. Thanks, Teresa. It was fantastic. I can't believe you're coding like that on the Pine Street. Unbelievable.
Well, I got to credit Zen and the Art of Trading on that one, but you guys should let them know we gave them a ton of shout outs today.
Hey, I'm serious though. Just I can tell you understand because when I told you to reference the historical bar, you knew exactly what to do. So I know you've studied. I can tell.
Yeah, learning Pine Script's like taking a university course.
If you can do that though, you can definitely do Tradelab. It's the same thing.
The site is just amazing. I discovered it a while ago, and first of all, TradingView was the screen I always wanted to have, and it's there, TradingView. And now the Tradelab.AI is just like everything's falling into place. I'm a happy camper. Thank you much.
We appreciate it.
Beautiful. Okay, take care, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
You.
All right. Well,
That was great.
I'm still hanging out. If anybody else has any, I know we spent a lot of time with Teresa, and I'm glad that it helped other people. So thanks for sticking around. If anybody else has anything that we want to go over, now's the time. If you guys got
I have
any
a question.
questions.
How can I be as awesome as Jake?
Oh, that's a hard one. You gotta download this program, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you gotta go to level 69.
All right. That's it. That's the magic sauce.
Yeah, that's the sauce.
I actually know a guy who I used to play WoW with, and he got Burning Crusade and leveled up to 69 and refused to go to 70. And I'm pretty sure he just quit and just never.
Well, good news, they now lowered the level back to 70, so.
That's hilarious. So that's the vanilla thing. They restarted the whole thing, right? They started at vanilla and now they're going through it again.
No, there's retail and classic, so there's both.
Yeah, I just play No Man's Sky, both regular and VR. That's pretty
Oh, No Man's Sky VR is 10 out of 10.
You got two huge VR fans in here, so.
Yeah.
Jake
Oh,
and Jake and Mark, man.
I got 2 transducers I'm mounting on my chair now. I have a rocker. I'm gonna mount them on.
That's amazing.
Oh, I got one for, so I got a racing simulator sitting behind me. I do iRacing and stuff, and I got a butt kicker on it.
Yeah, I got the 2, and I have the Thrustmaster POTOS I'm mounting on the chair as well. That'll be fun.
Very cool.
All right, guys. I'll say good evening and catch you another time.
Thank you all.
All right, take it easy.
You answered a lot of questions tonight. Fantastic. Bye now.
Yes. Hey, if you need any help, let us know.
Yep.
The big bugaboo is this Coinbase thing. That was where I put the monies in right away, and I thought it was a good one. And suddenly I find out it's not user friendly but I guess.
It is user friendly, but for people who are trying to do very basic things, and automation is, as of right now, is not the most basic thing. But there's lots of places. I mean, Binance has a giant API. And I think we support Binance Spot too, don't we? We support Binance Spot.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Yeah, you said you had Coinbase you support, and I guess the Coinbase one is a portion of Coinbase.
Coinbase is, I don't understand their system. It's very
you know what though? I'm just remembering. I do have part of Coinbase turned off because I found an issue with it that was creating a larger issue in the network. So if you're having trouble trading Coinbase on Tradelab, you would be getting an error like Coinbase is under maintenance. I think that's the error that I put. If you get that, that's on me, and that's going to be fixed with the CCXT update.
Okay, I'll wait it out because
I'm sorry, I just realized that. I should have mentioned that to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jake, until I get my strategy going, I'm not going to be doing any automated trading on Coinbase.
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah, once I get the strategy working and the tests work, then I'll do their 1 month free trial and see if that works.
Okay, cool.
And by then they have the CCIX going, whatever.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm not planning on doing this until probably 2023. So if you're working faster than that, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I if it's not done by 2023, I'm going to be very sad.
No, I was amazed finding Tradelab and then Tradelab.AI. Just incredible. Very, very nice.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm going to go get some food here. Okay, thank you. Bye now.
All right, take it easy. All right.
All right.
Yeah, so then there was 4.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mark?
Oh man, honestly, I'm so glad you messaged me the other day. Because I was like, I don't know. Like I was like, all my stuff is so complex. Like I don't know if I can fuck with it. And then you messaged me, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that noise. I can make it work. And yeah, that was good. So it's going well. It's going well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tradelab is a very interesting thing emotionally for me, because it gives me lots of despair. But I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
It's good.
And I never figured out how to pronounce that name, but Guizu?
Yeah, Gyuzu, Jutsu, whatever. As long as
How do you properly say it?
Honestly, I don't know, man. That's my digital name. My real name is Julio. So the digital one would just, I don't know. I wrote it once, and then I've heard a bunch of stuff from what you guys said to Gyuzu, to Gizu, to Juzu. So I guess Gyuzu is the one that is the most popular one, probably. But yeah. Anyway, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Quite well, man.
How's it going on your side of the woods?
Man, it's going well. Although I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to figure out a way out of the rat race, or the what I call the hamster wheel, so that, looking to get some remote income. And yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I assembled the team for Tradelab, for just automatic trading, and then Tradelab is one of the ingredients. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm networking with a few people to get a job on one side, and on the other side get enough resources to get some sort of think tank going on, to maybe come up with strategies or something like that. So right, getting a few emails, and yeah, taking my time. But other than that, probably moving to LA in a week. So we'll see how that goes.
Noise.
Cool.
How far is the move? Are you nearby? Are you in like Las Vegas?
I'm
or
back.
are you, like,
I'm on the other side of the country. I'm in New York right now.
Or New York. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Hey, seeing Stone and Teresa, man, I think that's so cool how
Yeah.
old they are and wanting to do shit.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that was awesome. Very impressed.
Yeah, Teresa, that was really cool. That's fucking cool. The code she has is clean.
Yeah, it looked clean.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't study it the same way you did, but just simply from looking at her screen, I was like, damn, like that's some nice ass code.
No,
It's
it's
a nice
clean.
fine script.
And the results are nice too, for real.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I actually still have the stream going, so I'm going to shut off the stream. So thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe for more updates, and leave us a like if you enjoyed this. I'm going to start trying to stream all of them, all the weekly updates, instead of recording and uploading later. Just be easier. So thanks for watching. Catch us next time.